Hey friends, welcome back to the Grace-Filled Classroom, where we believe learning should feel doable, flexible, joyful, and rooted in grace. Before we begin, make sure you're following or subscribed so you never miss an episode. In episode 10, we talked about how we as parents and educators often need a grace-filled reset. And in episode 11, we shifted that lens and talked about helping our kids reset when overwhelm takes over, which is definitely common during the holidays. So today, we're taking that same idea and asking an even bigger question. What if slowing down isn't just good for kids emotionally, but actually essential for their learning? Because in our go, go, go world, slowing down almost feels rebellious, doesn't it? So today we're talking about why slowing down helps kids learn better, why rest and rhythm matter just as much as curriculum, how all of this connects to learning styles, and what it looks like in real life in classrooms, homeschool, and after school. And I'll even share a little bit of our own story because this year was the first time we actually slowed down this month, and it has changed everything. So grab your coffee, fold the laundry, however you're listening. I'm really glad you're here. Let's start with this big idea, and feel free to tuck this in your back pocket. Rest is not the opposite of learning. Rest is what makes learning stick. Kids' brains are constantly taking in information, lessons, instructions, social cues, screens, noise, transitions. Their brains are busy. And when there's no pause, the brain doesn't have time to sort things, connect ideas, or move learning from short-term, I just heard this, to long-term, I actually understand this. Which reminds me of when I was in school, I would cram for the test or rush through the assignment just to get it done, instead of actually studying it, understanding it, and remembering it long-term. So when we slow down even a little bit, here's what happens. Your stress drops, attention increases, memory strengthens, and kids become more open, curious, and engaged. Rest is not laziness. Rest is part of the work. Now let's talk about that 2-week break most families get in December. On paper, it looks amazing. No school, no homework, no rushing out the door. But in real life, let's be honest, it's late nights, travel, sugar, emotions, family gatherings, schedules flipped upside down. And this is not rest. It's honestly just a different flavor of chaos, isn't it? So if your child goes back to school in January, tired or off routine, and you're thinking, but we just had a break, you're not imagining it. 2 weeks off does not equal 2 weeks of actual reset. This year was the first time our family actually slowed down this month. Not perfectly and not really magically, but intentionally. We said no to a few good things. I did my best to protect some slow mornings. We left space in our days instead of filling every minute. And for the first time ever, I even cleared a couple days completely. No plans, no lessons, nothing on the agenda. Just room for us to rest. And the shift was huge. Our home felt calmer. Kari was more grounded and happy. We connected more. Creativity started showing up again. Everyone breathed a little deeper. And here's the honest part. I didn't just slow our schedule. I literally put all the workbooks away for the entire month. Without meaning to, we shifted into more hands-on learning, life skills, conversations, cooking, exploring interests, helping around the house, real-world math, real-world problem solving. And watching our daughter learn this way opened something in me. It made me genuinely curious about unschooling. Not because I'm ready to jump ship or adopt a whole new philosophy, but because I started to see how much learning happens when we stop forcing it and actually start living it. It made me rethink what counts as learning and what doesn't. And honestly, this season created more growth in both of us than anything in a workbook could have done. Slowing down didn't make us fall behind. It made us better humans. And seeing that shift at home made me dig even deeper into why slowing down works so well. And that's exactly where learning styles come into play. So let's connect the dots. Your child's learning style tells you what kind of rest their brain actually needs. Visual learners need time to see ideas settle in. Doodling, drawing, color coding, staring out the window even, this is rest for them. Auditory learners need space to talk it through or quietly replay the information. Rest is humming, talking, and even narrating. Reading and writing learners, they need time to journal, list, rewrite ideas. Reflection is rest for them. And kinesthetic learners, they need movement, stretching, pacing, fidgets, building. Their bodies help their brains settle. When life is rushed, these rest needs disappear, and learning becomes fragmented, not because kids aren't trying, but because they're not getting the type of processing time their brain is wired for. Rest is where learning styles breathe. Rest is what makes multimodal learning actually work. This is the heart of our GRACE framework. GRACE gives space, space fuels learning. And teachers, I see you. Slowing down with 25 kids is a challenge. But here are some doable shifts. Just do some micro resets, a 2-minute breathing break, a quick stretch, a quiet heads down moment after recess. Build in processing time. Let kids turn and talk, sketch, or write before moving on. You can highlight one learning style per lesson. You don't have to do all 4 every time, just one intentional moment. And slower transitions. Give their brains time to arrive before their bodies do. You're not losing teaching time. You're strengthening the time you do teach. And homeschool gives you that flexibility and the temptation to really fill every minute. So instead of trying to fill every minute, what if we just have rhythms instead of rigid schedules, margins between subjects, integration of subjects, rest weeks or slow days, movement transitions, using your child's learning style to guide how you rest. Homeschool wasn't meant to feel like sprinting. I've also had to learn to just let it breathe. And for families whose kids attend traditional schools, slowing down might look like a predictable after-school transition ritual. 1 or 2 no-plan nights a week. Snacks and quiet time before homework. Adjusting homework to their learning style. I've talked about this in prior episodes. Protecting sleep like it is part of the curriculum. Small shifts change the whole atmosphere. Here's a mindset that helps me. My child is not a project to complete. They're a person to nurture. Learning is not a race, it's a rhythm. Kids do not thrive when life is hurried. They thrive when life has room. Scripture teaches us so much about rhythm. Sabbath, seasons, rest, renewal. God didn't design us for nonstop hustle, and He certainly didn't design our children for it. Slowing down isn't quitting. It's obedience, it's stewardship, it's love. Here's your grace-filled takeaway. Rest fuels learning. Breaks aren't always restorative. Slowing down changes family dynamics. Learning styles need space. And rhythm helps information sink deeply. So I encourage you to choose just one way this week to slow learning down. Just one. And notice the ripple it creates. If this episode encouraged you, share it with a friend or fellow teacher who might need more grace in their days. And before you go, make sure you're following on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. May God guide you with wisdom, and fill your days with peace. I'll see you next time on the Grace-Filled Classroom.